This is part 3 to the house that Capricorn is in for you and what Pluto's transit there has brought you through changes and transformation. If you have Capricorn in the 8th house, then Pluto's transit here has taught you how to be the person and the go-to person that people need to come to or rely on when it comes to major crises or like maybe even like something really heavy like death. You've had to deal with and handle a lot of emotional baggage and like kind of like the term vampires, like where people just take energy from you, and you've had to like really set a strong boundary and kind of like you've been stripped to your core and you're now having to like rebuild like this protective wall surrounding you because you genuinely have probably seen so much. Like you are literally a trooper. Healing and like energy is a really, really strong sense that you have completely developed throughout that 15-year transit. Your intuition is probably out of this world. Specifically, I would say this stems from your gut, like your gut instinct, your gut intuition. All of that is extremely, extremely strong and powerful for you now. Not always, but it is completely now, and it will stay with you moving forward. But yeah, you've probably experienced a lot of trauma. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because it is the 8th house. So I'm assuming if you have this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the issues that you've had to endure during this transit, you now have an extreme sense of strong strength and protection, and you will never let anyone that you love or care about or in your inner circle experience the things that you have experienced. If you have Capricorn in the 9th house, then this is a lot lighter than the 8th house. You've basically had a lot of experiences that have completely changed or forced you to adapt when it comes to like belief systems, philosophies, stuff like that. The blessing from this is you basically have the ability to completely open up your mind and expand to see like horizons that are unfamiliar to you, and you can easily adapt or understand where others are coming from, what they've been through, etc. So it's very much like healing type of energy, but it's just because you've been like kind of like presented so much. Does that make sense? You've had to cover a lot of ground, whether this is actual traveling or just the stuff you've endured. It's kind of like, oh my God, can I get a break? Something like that. If you have Capricorn in the 10th house, then Pluto's transformation here has basically provided you with an intense amount of determination and perseverance and endurance and strength, etc. There's probably been a lot of like heavy power dynamics that have been passed down to you. I'm assuming from someone in the family, like father or something like that, where just someone above you has had maybe some sort of control or power over you and has tried to determine a lot of the actions you take, maybe even specifically in a career path. But you've been having to go throughout this own journey, discover what it is that you like or want to do or what all these skill sets have taught you, and now you're going to apply that to something that would truly allow you to find a lot more peace and less struggle. If you have Capricorn in the 11th house, then you've had a lot of experiences that have presented themselves to you in terms of who you can trust, specifically in your social circles. So you've probably had a lot of friends that maybe haven't always had the best intentions with you, or they came in as like a best friend and then they easily proved or quickly proved that they did not have your best intentions. So you've had to kind of learn this storyline and adapt to it. You also have a really strong sense of kind of like care or nurture for strangers. So there's something that draws you to like strangers or helping others. Maybe your career ties into that, but something like that where you're continuously using the experiences you've had to help other people, if that makes sense. When Pluto officially enters Aquarius, I would expect sometime around then for you to kind of like discover a new friend group or social circle that kind of like shares a lot of like radical, innovative type of like ideas or belief systems that you connect with. And lastly, if you have Capricorn in the 12th house, this has been a really strong and powerful and intense journey surrounding your psyche. I would assume that you cannot forget memories. Your memory is probably incredibly strong, and you carry that with you on a daily basis. Things will get a lot lighter when Pluto finally leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius for you. So all of these burdens that you've kind of like, I don't want to say like forced yourself to carry, but because this is just kind of something in your birth chart, but you have almost like for some reason forced yourself to carry these memories or carry these experiences and not let them go or not forget them. You will no longer carry that burden when this moves. Basically, what this taught you is that you have this extreme beautiful gift of kind of like morale or ethics and stuff like that. Like you care so much, and any wrongdoing you've ever done or any wrongdoing that's ever been done to you, you remember it and you feel that that is almost like paying your respect back, if that makes sense. So basically, you'll no longer be burdened by your past, and you'll allow yourself to finally like forgive yourself and forgive others, and then move on with your life in a lot lighter, brighter way.